spawning in the top left. It is going to be our, I'm pretty sure he's Dutch, our Dutch Terran player from Team Unrivaled. It is our yellow Terran Hydro.
His opponent and teammate and probably friend, yet mortal enemy and nemesis. It is going to be the blue Protoss player, DonJimbo.
It's indeed team admin fighting, etc.
What do you think about King Sejong Station for PvP? I generally like how it plays out. I think that just like the 3 paths that kind of cut across the map really allow for some very spread out play.
I'm trying to think who it was. It was Hero and Yoda earlier on this map, where just Hero refused to die and eventually just kind of won the game. It's kind of an interesting sort of situation, just because this map allowed him to do that.
I think a good strategy to win is to not lose.
Actually, I think I may have had that backwards, but regardless, like breaking down these rocks late in the game, you have an easier access route to the main and natural, be able to get on top of production, while your opponent may be distracted by the rest of the game going on elsewhere on the map when you're trying to defend like these auxiliary bases down here. If you don't think about that, you don't plan against it, it's really easy to counter that way. So it can be really difficult to actually deal with.
Yeah, I am really disappointed that most of the time the least love on this map is, I'll ping it, right here. Right here. No one ever goes here on these maps.
Yeah, I don't really know why you would.
I was just like...
You have to break down rocks to get there from one of the directions.
pretty useless, all things considered.
That's an interesting little location. I mean, I guess they wanted to have proxies, and speaking of proxies, DonJimbo has a probe over in an awkward location down here.
You spotted my segue.
Yeah, well, it just kind of happened. Seeing a blue dot in the middle of the map in a weird location this early on usually says something's going to happen. He does have 2 gases. He only got 2 in each of them, so he's got a chance to go for proxy Stargate. Why not? It's a good unit.
He can go for proxy Stargate. He can also go for proxy Twilight Council to do something like something that used to be pretty old school was to, in PvP at least, this is not as relevant in PvP, was to proxy a Twilight Council and get DTs and just to get a lot of Zealots, and then once detection was out, then you just busted with an Archon. And it still works decently against Terran as well, and if he decides to not put 3 on each gas, but he just gas, probably going to put 3 in the other, so probably just going to be a proxy Stargate. A little bit more standard, a little bit more powerful, a little bit easier as far as your transition in the mid-game as well. So
yeah, given how early this is, I wouldn't really expect to see the Twilight Council. How early this probe got out here and made that, but it's still a possibility. He does have the money to throw down a Stargate now if he wants to do it. Getting this first Stalker, and there we go. There is the Stargate. There is a Reaper out on the map here for Hydro, so he's got a pretty good chance of actually seeing this. Once he gets in and sees, both gases are taken, there's only 2 pylons in this base, there's actually no units out. Yeah, that's going to be, okay, I need to go scout out
in 5 minutes. He didn't scout the back line of the base.
That's true. And usually that's a pretty good location for a pylon.
He knew that 4.5 minutes was coming up, which is when the first Stalker generally comes out, so he just wanted to get his Reaper out. So that has its merits as well, but I think he still would have been able to run away. So he doesn't really have this confirmed. His response is he does have the reactor. He stayed on gas and gotten the 2 extra barracks, so he'd be okay against this Stargate, but...
He is checking out these locations, however, so he's probably going to find it here. He's actually sending an SCV out to scout this right side proxy areas. He's got the Reaper over on the left. The Reaper may go find this. Actually, I think it's just going to miss it, at least for a little bit. There we go. Okay, it's going to go back now, so it's going to have to get through there. There we go. It does see it, so he's going to be able to prepare for this pretty easily. He's got 3 barracks up. One of them has a reactor on it even, so he's going to have enough Marines to probably deal with this. I'm not sure what he's actually... Is he just going to... What is he doing with these Marines? Is he going to try to go over and kill off the pylon? Because the Oracle's already out. That's not going to work out.
Pretty long path to walk around. Only 2 Marines in the main base now. Lots of SCVs are going to be able to go down, and, well, you can just fight the Marines if you're an Oracle now. He's almost out of energy, though.
Yeah, luckily the energy is going to get out.
Pretty valuable as well. 28 HP. Marauder's like, no.
Wait a second, I can't do anything. That's a little bit rough, but now there's enough Marines here that the engineering bay is finished as well, so he's going to be able to add up turrets if he wants to. He only lost 2 workers, so that's pretty well done, considering he didn't actually have any defense. The Reaper is actually going to take out a pylon, which is pretty hilarious. And eventually the Reaper will take out the other pylon unless his Oracle sticks around and tries to kill it off. But that is supply block Dawn for a little bit here at least. But now we've got turrets coming up. Turret about to finish here in the main mineral line. And actually, there's a bunch of Marines as well. Turret does finish, so the Oracle's have to run away. It does get one more kill, but I think we'll do too much. Luckily for Don, he did retain both of these Oracles, so you can use them later. Yeah. Oh, the Oracle doesn't have enough energy. He's going to kill the second pylon with the Reaper. This shouldn't happen.
It's just been there this whole game.
He's still
at
work.
That point.
He's still work. He's got 2 kills even. I think he killed the scouting probe, and he also killed the probe that was...
and then he killed one of the pylons, so...
Well, yeah, okay, anyway. I guess... Do you get a kill for a pylon? Apparently you do. Huh, I didn't know
you get a kill for a building.
That's interesting. Yeah,
3
that's
kills.
Cool. He's going to kill the Stargate. Eventually. 5 minutes from now, he's going to kill the Stargate with a Reaper, and I'm going to be really, really happy.
I mean, the Reaper's not going to do anything else, right?
It's really not going to matter, because now Hydra's got a push going across the map here with a bunch of bio. They're going to have stem here in just a second.
We totally missed the Oracle just surviving on 1 HP, by the way, by the natural base. But disregard that as the natural base. DonJimbo is going to be under fire. He's supply blocked using that 1 pylon. He only has 3 sentries and 1 stalker. A couple of very good force fields. Those on another one there, but both on overcharge. He's going to be able to deter him as well. And this is just 2-gate production. He's followed this up with double forge, so very, very greedy coming out from DonJimbo. And it looks like he's going to get away with it. Yeah, there's not too much that Hydra can do right now. He's got to wait for the rest of his bio to catch up. He doesn't have a factory on the way, which means Stargate is pretty far away as well. Or Starport is pretty far away as well. So he's just going to try to break Don with just a bunch of bio that's going to have stem. They're going to have +1 pretty soon as well. He's not going to have combat shield or concussive shell for a while, but, you know, stem bio is pretty good, especially when you're only fighting against, well, you're going to be facing against a little bit of gateway units. The extra gateways are just now coming up from DonJimbo, and that's being pretty late. Yeah. I really like this response to Stargate openers, though, just because if you're forced to get the engineering bay, just attack him with +1 like this. Just kind of makes it worth it.
He's attacking a little bit early, but not too big of a deal. There's not enough here to really defend this off for DonJimbo. He's kind of forced into his main. The photon overcharge is not ready for the Marshal Corps. Only at 91 energy. He's able to kill that. Yeah, he's able to snipe the Nexus and get out of here. And even after that, he's able to kill off the rest of his army.
He can snipe as well. They can't actually fight. He just has double forge.
No, this is.
If it's decent enough micro, which it looks like there will be, but concussive shells, 50-50 is way too much.
50-50 way too much. Well, it doesn't matter. They killed off the National Nexus, which is nice, and he's got a 3rd CC coming behind this. Time up goes down, so those aren't going to get out. But
okay, in a second, this Stargate is going to die.
Oh, is he going to last that long? Is Don going to be able to last long enough for that Stargate to die, though? Well, he may, because Hydra's going to turn around, because he's got a huge lead now. He's got a 3rd command center that's going to be finishing up.
This is the most important thing on the map. If you're not looking at it, you're terrible. He gets it!
You couldn't actually zoom in, because the way this map was, this is so far over, you can't actually zoom in on that. That's kind of sad, but he does get the kill, so this Reaper is up to 4 kills. Actually, well, it got +1, that's why. It was able to get +1. That was the entire reason. 42 workers to 24 right now.
Well,
yeah,
so.
This is a little rough right now for DonJimbo. What was that? A 20 worker advantage already, and a 3rd base is up here for Hydro. Just finished up. Only against the single base for DonJimbo. Whoa.
He still doesn't have a factory. Do you see this? Oh, sorry, never mind.
It's coming up.
But he has 4 extra barracks. This is, I think, pretty greedy, to be totally honest, because you know that DonJimbo he has 1-1. He's got to do a counterattack, so getting the 3rd is, I think, a little bit overzealous, at least at the 3rd base location, but he feels confident in his ability to hold this, and he should. He's moving out. His Marines have a low bit of health. They might be able to find this free Oracle.
They're actually going to pass each other.
Past each other. Don't worry about it. Cordial. We're going to shoot each other, as is tradition. An Oracle going to be coming up. Stalker's going to be doing a lot of damage. He's 1-1 upgrades, doing work, and no medevacs have come out to heal these Marauders after these stems at all. And just a few Marines are like, ah.
Yeah, Hydra's kind of throwing down a bunch of bunkers here, trying to survive, because this is actually, will be a little bit scary if DonJimbo kept attacking. There isn't really much here to defend, but luckily for Hydro, he's got a huge worker advantage.
This is 6 Stalkers, man.
Yeah, if these warpins were able to continue, there are no proxy pylons left over. I think the last pylons were killed off, and John was forced to warp in back home, which has taken a long time to move across the map. It's a long time for these bunkers to get up. There is an Oracle who's going to kill off, well, going to get killed, what am I saying? But Stalker's over at 3rd base, which is nice. Going to get some kills. Even up the work count a little bit.
There's so many Marauders in production, though. 4 Marauders at a time going to absolutely annihilate this.
Yeah.
This is just a handful of Stalkers. Like, DonJimbo's on 1 base, man.
Yeah. Stuck on 1 base after that early aggression.
Not even out yet.
The factory is finished there. Okay, he has the possibility. He's got a factory with a reactor. There we go. He's switching those over now. So he will be able to start that medevac production. Once those medevacs hit, this is definitely going to be really quite over. Probe finally coming in to make a proxy pylon so he can actually warp in closer than his actual base, which is a nice little boon to the reinforcements. But still, this is taking so long to happen. There's 4 bunkers over here at the natural, as well as this cool little SCV or depot wall. Third base is exposed, yes, but if he goes into the third base, that means he's going to be...
Like, Hydro has the most pristine building placement. This maybe is like not the most relevant thing, but God, they just are so neat and organized.
That's what you learn.
Sim going to be coming up towards the third base, going to be starting the stalkers right away. Concussive shell still not researched, so the Zealot's able to get in the face, but I mean, that's what happens when you're on 3 bases.
Supplies. There we go. GG from DonJimbo. Hydro will take game to 1 here. Yeah, 118 supply to 23 at the end there. A little bit rough for him. Had that Stargate not been scouted, would have gone a little bit better. But even with the scout, there were no Marines where they should be. There were absolutely no Marines where they should have been. And he still only got in with like 2 kills on that Oracle. He did eventually end up with like 7 or 8 kills in the Oracle, but he lost his natural nexus, so he had absolutely nothing to actually deal with all of the army that Hydro actually had.